Okay. So yesterday what we have discussed, I have shown you the DevOps pipeline, right? And I told you if the server was already present, our assumption was server with operating system or available. So next goal will be we need to deploy our application in the server. Nothing but what are the setup file I created, I need to copy. Or if the software, if I want to install any software, I'm assuming that already server was present. So after server was present, I need to do some configuration. So for that, I'm going to use a tool. Okay, which tool? It's nothing but configuration management tool. So in the configuration management also, we will be having two types of configuration management. Okay, don't confuse. You will understand step by step. Okay, configuration management. One is push based, another one was pull based. What is this push and what is this pull? Push is nothing but treat this as master, leader, and this is the node. So using this master, we will install our required software in the node. Nothing but I already have a server. I need to install Java. So for installing Java, I can follow two methods. One is push based, another one was pull based. Nothing but here master will go and log in into the server. Master will execute the steps. Nothing but master goes and do the steps. This is a push based. Nothing but I am going there. Push. Pull nothing but node will come to the master and request to master to install the required software. This is pull based. So here master will go to the node to install the required software. Here in the pull base, node will comes to master. So this is the two types. Push is nothing but master will go and log in into the server and install required software. Here server will come to the master and request, hey master, I want this software. Can you able to do that? So this is the two types. So still if you have confusion, no need to worry, you will understand. So push based configuration management, I will explain briefly what is this push. So I told you, right, configuration management will initiate the connection, so it requires the IP address and the name of the server. So here master will go and communicate with the server node, right? So at that time I need to have the IP address of that server because I want to communicate with the server. Like for suppose I am there, I want to go to my friend's house, so I need an address of my friends, right? I am going to my friend's home, so this is the push based. So obviously I need an address of him. Without that I cannot able to reach. Address nothing but location. So location nothing but Google Maps link. Here IP address of the server. So what it will do using this IP address? It will log in into the node and execute the configuration. Configuration nothing but whatever the necessary softwares or copies of file, whatever it might be, that call it as configuration. So for this we need credential of the node. So obviously, right, if I want to log in into any server, I need a credential. So in this model, configuration management server as to maintain IP address and IP address of the server and credential of the node, right? Like for suppose I want to go to my friend's home. Friend has shared me the Google Map link. Okay, I will visit his home. So if he is not present, I need to have a lock, right? So in the same way, here if I want to log in into any server, I need to have the server information, nothing but IP address as well as credential. Yes or no? Master will communicate with the node, so it will log in into the node. For that it needs to maintain this IP addresses and credentials. And Ansible is a push based configuration management. Okay, I told you, right, we will be having two types. One is push based, another one was pull based. Ansible is a push based configuration management tool. So in the interview they will definitely ask what is the configuration management type. So what is the type of configuration management type Ansible follows? Ansible is a push based configuration management tool. What is pull based? Now you got clarity about push based, right? Here master will log into the node, master will do the all the things. What is pull based configuration management tool? So here node will initiate the communication. I told you, right? Here no master will come. Here node will go to the master. Pull based. Node will initiate configuration and ask for configuration to be executed when the configuration management server respond. So here what you are doing, right? Fresher is going to leader, team lead, and as requesting. This is a pull based. So when configuration management responds, nothing but he is waiting for the response of the team lead. Nothing but node will initiate the communication and ask for configuration to be executed. When the leader, when the team lead responds, then only work will complete, right? So when CM server responds, it executes the configuration and shares the execution report. So whether it is success or failure, and you will get logs what has happened. So here reverse, there master will go and log into the server and master will do it. There is no problem here. Node will go to the master and request, hey, please, I want this software, please install it. So on a node, CM agent will be installed, which is responsible for communication, execution, and reporting. Nothing but here node will communicate with the master, right? So in order to communicate with the master, it should have some agent. So agent should be installed on the node. So Chef and Puppet are pull based configuration management. So if you see in the push based, master will have the lock credential. Using that credential, it will log into the server. In the pull based, agent will be installed. Using this agent, it will go and communicate with the master and it will request. So you got clarity, right? This is very important. What is push based? Master will go and do the required steps. In the pull based, node will go and ask to master, I will need this software. But Ansible is the push based, and majority of companies are using only push based configuration management because it's easy. It is directly logging. But here it is requesting. When he will request, when it master will fulfill the request. If it is one node, okay. If there are 100 nodes, every time requesting for the master, it's not a good approach, right? And we need to install the agent as well. So it's a very hectic task. But here for Ansible, you no need to do anything. You need to have the credentials of that server. You will just log in into that server and you will do the actions. That's the reason many companies are going with push based method, because people will choose easy method. That's the reason companies are preferring push based configuration management. So you have understood about push and pull, right? There are two types. Master will communicate with node, it will install the required softwares, whatever it may be, copying file, whatever it may be. In the pull based, node will request to master. This is the two types. Ansible is a push based methodology. Remaining there are Chef and Puppet are available in the market. They are pull based configuration management tools. So if you see, he is the team leader. If it is fresher, you need to tell everything what it should be done, right? If it is experience, he no need to do anything. Hey, do this. Then fresh experienced person will manage whatever it needed. In the same way, in the scripts also, you will be having procedural and declarative. In the procedural, you need to tell what has to be done. So Ansible is a declarative approach. So easy. Ansible will not act as a fresher. Ansible will act as a experienced person. So what is this? I will show. Right? If it is fresher, you need to tell everything. If it is experienced, you just tell what you want. So if you see, in the configuration management Ansible, it's a declarative. You just define what has to be done. So you will just tell, hey, install Java. You no need to tell the command what command you need to execute to install Java. Ansible will smart enough, it will do it. But if it is shell script or PowerShell script, what you need to do? You need to execute apt install Java -y. If the Java is present, tell me. I need to again loop. I need to add a loop. If Java is present, just display Java was installed. If it is not present, try to install Java. I need to write shell script in that way. But here Ansible is smart. You just give Java, that's it. It will go and install Java in the background. If the Java is not, if the Java is present, it will not install. So these things we are going to see practically. Don't worry. So Ansible is a smart and it's a declarative, not a procedural. So that's the reason people are not using shell script. That's the reason people are using Ansible, because anyone can able to work on Ansible. Shell script, nothing but you need to know shell script. You need to expert in shell script to write. But Ansible playbook is very simple. So what is the workflow? So as a DevOps engineer, you will be having configuration management server, master and node. Right? In the configuration management also we will be having two types. One is push based configuration management, another one was pull based configuration management. Right? So Ansible is a push based configuration management. So Ansible control server, and it will go and log in into the node and it will do the action. So one more important thing, Ansible control server, Ansible master only supports Linux operating system. It will not support Windows. Nodes you can add a Windows server, but master nothing but he is a king. So he only supports Linux. He will not support Windows. Yeah, you can add as a node. You can use as a node Windows, but you cannot use Windows for Ansible control node, nothing but master, because Ansible is not supporting that. So Ansible is an open source, right? And it was developed in Python. Ansible tool was written in Python, and it is an open source, nothing but free. So Ansible expects Python to be installed on node. Definitely, right? Ansible was developed in Python, so obviously you need to install Python as well compulsorily. So why Ansible is used? Ansible is widely used for configuration management, obviously, right? If you want to do some changes, if you want to add some changes to the new servers, you can use configuration. For that you can use Ansible. And for network automations also you can use Ansible. For administrative activity, nothing but Linux admin, right? There is some administrative activity automations, like rather than using shell script you can use Ansible. So for that also you can use Ansible. So how Ansible work, right? As a DevOps engineer, from Ansible control master you will write a playbook, and whenever you write the playbook, it will automatically install that particular software on all the servers, on all the nodes. So if there are 100 of nodes, you just execute this simple playbook automatically. That, like for suppose I want to install Java on 3 nodes, I just write a simple playbook, right? Install Apache, right? I will give the Apache name state present. Automatically it will install on all 3 nodes. That's how Ansible works. This way Ansible works. Don't worry if you don't understand. This is just an overview. We are going to learn how to write the playbook and all. I'm just showing an overview. So Ansible should be installed on control node, which comes with inbuilt Python or uses the existing Python node. So whenever you install Ansible, in the background it will install Python as well. That's what it written here. And on the node we need to install Python. Okay. Whenever you install Ansible, by default it will install Python, but on the node we need to install Python because Ansible was written in Python. So whenever you execute Ansible playbook, in the background Python script will be executed. That's the reason Python is mandatory. So when we execute Ansible playbook, Ansible control node logs into the node, right? Ansible master will go and log into the node and execute Python playbook. How it will execute? Using Python. So to log into the node, Ansible needs credential, right? So how it will log in? What are the protocols it will follow? If it is Linux, it will use SSH. Using SSH, it will log in into the server. If it is Windows, it will use WinRM. But majority, we are going to work on Linux itself. But I will show you how to work on Windows as well. But 90% companies are using Linux itself. But I will show Windows as well. If the interviews they will ask, do you know how to work on Windows machines using Ansible, at least you need to be an capable. But no company will ask, but I will show the Windows as well. First let's focus on Linux, then after I will show you on Windows. Right, this is the Ansible control server. We have installed Ansible, and this is the nodes. Inside the node we will be having Python. Right, I told you, right? In the Ansible control server you will be having Ansible. You will install Ansible. So in the background Python will automatically install. In the nodes when you need to install Python. So how to do that, everything we will be discuss. So what is the lab setup? So we need to have a Linux VM machine which will act as an Ansible controls node, and you need to have a Visual Studio Code in your system, because whatever Ansible playbooks we are going to write, we are going to use a Visual Studio Code. And obviously if you are using Windows, try to install Git as well, because using that Git we will log into the Linux VMs. So this is the push based and this is the pull based. So today we didn't discuss anything, right? Push based, Ansible will go and log into the server, it will do the actions. In the pull based, Chef and Puppet will go ask to master and do, it will ask and it will do the tasks. Like say simple example, if I want to install Java, if I am using Ansible tool, Ansible will log in into the server and it will install the Java. If I am using Chef and Puppet, here agent will come and ask to master and it will take that Java steps and it will install. So here the process was different and lengthy process, here easy process. That's the reason people are preferring push based configuration management tool. Next I will show you Ansible installation practically. From tomorrow onwards practical classes will going to start. Right, I think today we didn't discuss anything, just I have shown you configuration management types and what is the configuration type of Ansible, right? And what is required for Ansible? Python is mandatory because Ansible was built in Python. Is there any confusion? I just want confirmation. Can you able to follow today's class or it's very tough?
Yes, sir. Able to follow.
So you need to have a Visual Studio Code. I already have a Visual Studio Code. So what you need to do? Simple search Visual Studio Code download. Okay, simple Google. Just download. Click on this link, download. Then after what I said, another one, git download. Go to official website, go and download the setup file, right? Download for Windows. Then after AWS account. So I'm going to, I want a Linux VM, right? For that I will use AWS. So if you don't have an account in AWS, try to create an account. So that's it. We'll stop the recording. So we have only discussed 20 minutes. Oh, I think we have discussed. So yeah, now if you have any doubts, just let me know. Did I like spoken fastly today?
No, no, man. Looks
Okay,
good.
okay. So yeah, now let me check. We have a time, right? Shall we continue or let's stop? I will not discuss Ansible. Someone else topic.
Oh, we can installation process on Ansible
Okay.
and the AWS account creation. So In AWS, a root user is more than enough, right, to do the
Yes, yes, root
work
user is more
everything.
than enough. Yes, definitely. You can use root user, you can log in.
And
So, frankly speaking, I didn't even practice Ansible installation because in my company, in every company, Ansible was already set up, everything will be set up. Okay, so as I didn't practice, so I will get an errors. So if I get an error, just see how I'm going to troubleshoot. Okay, what I will do, I will take simple two servers and I will show you how to install this Ansible. That's it. Anyway, I will repeat the same thing tomorrow as well. So for every tool, if you joining from past, for Docker also I've shown you every 3 to 4 times. For Kubernetes also I've shown you setup 3 to 4 times. For Terraform also I've shown 3 to 4 times. For Ansible also I will show installation steps 3 to 4 times because you will feel like comfortable. So I don't know how to install Ansible. What I will do? Ansible installation. I will go to official website. Okay, installing Ansible docs.ansible.com. So every time follow the official documentation. So what I will do first, I will create two simple servers. So T2 micro is more than enough. Okay, T2 micro, it's a free machine, that is more than enough. So for this class I will take Ubuntu Linux VM. Okay, so rather than taking the latest version of Ubuntu, let us take older version because older version will be stable compared to newer version. Okay, T2 micro is more than enough. I will choose a key pair and security group. I will allow all the ports. How for apartment there is a security guard, the same way for our every server you will be having a security group. It will act as a security guard and it will not allow anyone. So for this class I have just allowed, okay, I forget, I need to add two, right? While creating you need to give two, then it will create two. Okay, no issue. Let's create again. So Ansible, installing Ansible. So installing Ansible, I will click here. Okay, installing Ansible. So Ansible installation on install Ansible on Ubuntu. So if you see, I've just searched install Ansible on Ubuntu. I've got the official documentation. So you can see the DigitalOcean as well. Just first try official documentation. Installing Ansible on Ubuntu. I will click here. So these are the 3 steps I need to follow to install Ansible. Okay, I will create one more Ubuntu VM. All traffic. So you need to select a key pair. Launch instance. Okay. So Ansible master, we will use this master to install the required software on the node. This is the control server. In Ansible word, master will call it as control server. So if you observe, Kubernetes also you will be having master and node components, right? So a DevOps tool, you will be having master and node concepts. Okay, if you want to log in into this server, I will use SSH. I told you, right? Using SSH, I will log into the node. So I do in Linux, it doesn't support. Like for suppose if I want to use CMD, let me show you. It will be better. I will log in CMD as run as administrator. So SSH is not supported. This CM command prompt. Okay, right? SSH not recognized because Windows system will not support SSH. So if you do the same thing in PowerShell, in latest Windows operating system, PowerShell is supporting SSH. So if you see, this is my older operating system. So SSH term message is not recognized. So that's the reason we are depending on third-party tool called as Git. That's the reason I'm telling you to install Git. So whenever you install Git, you will get a new option called as Git Bash. So we are just using as a terminal because I want to log in into the server. If I want to log in into the server, Windows system is not supporting. That's the reason what I'm doing. I'm telling you to install this Git software so that this software will help us to log in into that server. So I need to copy the PEM file. Okay, this is the PEM file, right? So whenever you create anything PEM file, it will be downloaded in downloads folder. From there, copy and take. So I have a Ansible folder, right? Let me copy the PEM file here. So git bash here. So I will execute this command. So I'm planning to start this Linux tutorial, but I'm not getting time. So if I start the Linux tutorial, I will show from scratch how to log in and all. Right? Just execute. So what it will do using SSH, it will use a key this PEM file as a password and it will log into that server. Now I am inside the Ubuntu VM. How to install Ansible? First it is telling to update the packages. Okay, I will update the packages. Then after it is telling to download this software properties common. Okay, download nothing but install. Okay, done. It is telling to add a repository, apt repository for Ansible. Okay, I will do that. Done. Now install Ansible. Okay, I will do that. That's it. Ansible was installed. So just observe whenever you install Ansible, I told you, right? In the background, it will install Python as well. Just observe. See if you see Python, Python 3. So Ansible was written in Python language. So Python is mandatory. So for suppose now what I need to do, I have two servers, right? This is the master and this is the node. So master, what we will do, master will log in into this node and it will do these actions. What are the actions I needed? So in order to log in master into the node, master need a IP address of the server. Yes or no? This is the IP address. And credentials of the server. Using that, master will log into the node, it will do the actions. So today I will just show you the installation part. Let's do the practical part from tomorrow. Okay, let me check. Python -hyphen version. Sorry, Python 3. Right? Python 3 was installed or not? I told you, right? You no need to install Python. Ansible will in the background, it will install Python. Now let me check Ansible version. Right? Ansible was installed or not? Now I will exit out of the server. I will log in into the node server. What are the setups you need to do in the node? I will show you these things again tomorrow. On the node, you need to just install Python. That's it. You don't need to do any extra. So what I will do, I will execute the same steps. Okay. I will update the packages. I will install software properties common. In the place of Ansible, I will give Python. So in the place of Ansible, you need to give Python. So only on the master server, you need to have Ansible. On the node, you just need to have Python. That's it. Sudo apt install Python 3-y. So Python 3 was already installed. Okay. So by default in the Ubuntu, Python 3 was by default installed. Super. You no need to do install again. So by default in the Ubuntu operating system, Python was installed. So that's what it's telling. Python is already the newer version. So you no need to do anything. I will open a paint. Whatever we have done, I will explain. We just taken two servers, right? Two EC2 instances. One is a Ansible master. Other was node. Here we have installed a Ansible. Here we doesn't install Python, it is already present, but we have installed Python. Now what master will do? Master will log in into the login inside node to install required software. For that, in it should have IP and credentials of that node. So how it will log in into this node, that part we will discuss. This is what we have discussed. So I will save this. So I told you, right, whatever I speak, I will share you as a class notes. So I will create one GitHub. So every image, whatever I'm using, images and all, everything will be updated in the class notes, and I will share you with you. So I will add this image as well. Okay, I'm saving every image. So I will add this image as well to the class notes. So from tomorrow onwards, so whenever you done the practice, go to instances. So now you have understood, right? Installing Ansible. Let me do one thing. I will add the steps as well in the class notes. But I should not do that. But as it is new, you can Google it. Ansible, install Ansible Ubuntu. You will get the official website, right? You need to select whatever operating system you want. So let me check Windows. You cannot use a Windows system for Ansible control node. I told you, right, in today's class. So you can only run as a agent, as a node Windows. You cannot install Ansible on Windows because it doesn't support. Ansible is not supporting because Windows people can able to hack. That's the reason Ansible Linux is a Linux no one can able to hack. So after practice, just terminate this. So from tomorrow onwards, what is this Ansible playbook? How to install Ansible? Everything total practical going to start. I will stop the recording.